you do realize that you can't just say whatever you want to say out of your mouth, right? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. It's time for another story time. It's going to be pretty much a short one, but it just hit me. I was actually sitting here on the couch and it hit me, and I thought about the time that I actually realized that older people tend to really believe that they could just say whatever they want to say out of their mouth. It doesn't matter if anybody's feelings get hurt or anything like that. They just pop their mouth open and they just say anything they want to say out of their mouth. So let's get started. I had to be at this time around, we'll say 13, maybe 13, 14. And I'm sitting on the porch with my grandmother. Now, a little bit of background. My grandmother is ridiculous, okay? My grandmother has this mouth that spews venom, if you will. Okay? My grandmother may say any fucking thing. Whatever she thinks comes out of her mouth. It's up and it's out. And I can't even say that has to do with just her being older, because she wasn't older all my life. You know what I mean? My grandmother's 92 now. She still fucking says whatever she wants to say. She don't give a fuck. She just says whatever she wants. And I'm like, you can't do that. But anyway, okay, so let's just do the story. Thelma's my grandmother. So, and that's a whole nother thing. We've always grown up calling her Thelma. You know, we grew up calling her by her name, which is just a weird family thing. Everybody called my grandma Thelma. Everybody called her mother Mama or Gram. You know, just weird. It's weird. I don't know what that is. That's just our family dynamic. Just like everybody calls my mother Patty, but my mother's sister, everybody calls her Aunt Diane. Yeah, just weird. Anyway, so me and Miss Thelma are sitting on the damn porch, okay? And I love my grandmother, okay? I was like very, very close with my grandmother. I always wanted to be up underneath her ass with her ignorant ass. And I'm sitting out there with her. And we see this girl coming down. She's walking down the street because the way our porch sat basically on the side. And you can just see, like, we have a corner house, so you can see them walking all the way down. So the girl's walking, and she's somebody from the neighborhood. So my grandmother looks out there, seeing her. The girl waves, says, "Hey, Miss Thelma, how you doing?" And my grandmother's like, "Hey, baby, how are you?" And she's like, "I'm good." And my grandmother looked and got a good glimpse. She walked past. My grandmother looked, she was saying, "Oh, baby, you done got big as a house." And I said, "No, Miss Thelma, really?" And at that point, I was like, that is so fucking mean. Now, the girl was big. She's a big girl. So we're going to say, and when I say big girl, I'm talking big girl, like 2X, 3X, big girl. I thought it was so horrible, and I got so embarrassed. So the girl's like, "I know, Miss Thelma, I be trying to work on it and everything." Now, I'm thinking at that point, my grandmother will soften and, she gonna say, "Oh, yeah, because, you wasn't that big when you was growing up. I ain't seen you in a long time. Ooh, girl, you about a side of beef now." I said, "Oh!" And I'm thinking to myself, child, just keep walking because this shit's not getting any better. So she's like, "All right, Miss Thelma, I'll see you, babe." She going, "My girl, see you, baby." So as she gets, out of the sight, I said to my grandmother, "Why would you do that? Why would you do that?" I said, "You were so rude." I said, you don't tell people that they're fat. Like, that's rude. And my girl will say, "Did I lie on the bitch? You seen her. The bitch was fat, wasn't she? She didn't used to be that fat when she was younger. She's big as fuck." I'm like, you know what? So that's gonna come back on you. You always, I said, girl, you better stop, Patty.
She said, oh, shut the fuck up. You think you know everything. Her ass is big. She was a side of beef, and that's that.
So now, you know, me and my grandmother always would have our exchange. And I'm like, well, you're not small. She said it.
Neither are you, but you better watch before you fucking look like her.
Jeez, this is the shit that I grew up with. This is why the shit that comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. And I can't help it. But I do try to curb it. I never try to just hurt people's feelings. And I don't think it ever even really got through. Like, I don't think my grandmother felt like she was wrong. Girl, you are wrong, honey. You are wrong. You cannot just say anything you want to say to people. So from that day till this, I have always made it a point. I don't allow anyone to just say out of the way weird, colorful shit to me. I don't play the shit, and I will come for you. And that's one of the bigger ones. That weight thing is one of the bigger ones. People will do it in a minute. Oh, you done got big. Oh, you picked up weight. Do you think these people don't know that? Do you think everybody knows if you pick up 3 pounds, you can feel it in your jeans? People know, and they do not need a reminder from you that they've gotten big. They probably already feel bad about it. I can't. And it don't even matter about their age. I will get at their ass when people do it. It's happened, you know? And generally, when you do respond back that way, that's how I got my other series, honey, because people will get the backpedaling and pussy popping and try to eat the shit up. They usually, because they're just so used to being rude and nobody was saying anything back to them. You know what I mean? It's a mess. A mess. Just a mess. And you know what? That reminds me of another time that somebody actually said something that was in reference to one of my children. And I had to get them all the fucked away together. But I'll save that for another time. I'm going to go ahead and end this here. But yeah, I'm going to definitely do a story time about the time when somebody said something out of order to my son. And yeah, I had to get that ass. All right. So for now, this is it. That's the story of the time that Miss Thelma was out of order, and I realized that old people is some ignorant motherfuckers when they want to be. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.